Okay, am I supposed to say Mr. Toastmaster? Is that what it said? I'm so sorry. No, I'm not a Toastmaster. So somebody's going to count my ums, and, okay, back there, he's going to count the ums. All right, just checking. And I do welcome evaluations privately, please. I'm just kidding. No, I love the way you guys evaluate the talks. It's so needed, right? In order to make us better speakers and more impactful. I love that about Toastmasters. I send people to Toastmasters all the time, my clients, who are nervous about speaking or need to, get more practice in. And so I'm going to be sending more people to your group. Who came because of an email or because I'm here or who I sent them. Oh, good. I'm glad. Awesome. All right. Well, I am extremely passionate about helping people get more love in your life and money in your business. Yes. Okay? That is what I'm passionate about because I believe that love plus money equals happiness. Okay? And we're here to talk a little bit about automating today in your business. But I want to talk about how it relates to your life as well because I know not everybody in the room is a business owner. All right? So how many people do we have that are business owner? You can also be having a job at the same time, but how many people are actual business owners? Raise your hand really high and proud. Okay, good. How many people are in a job? Raise your hand. Or other, right? Other category. Leave your hand up for those of you who actually want to start a business. Okay. Okay, most of the people that are in a job want to start a business. Okay, good. So I'm in the right room. All right, so some of the things I'm going to cover today are about some of the not so sexy stuff about business. The fun stuff is being able to share your story and speak about things and help people and serve and do the work, right? Do the work with people and help them and see them improve in whatever you're doing, whether it's financial planning, real estate, coaching, whatever you're selling, right? But in order to have a smooth running, freedom-based, money-making business that's sustainable over time, even with the economy like this, you gotta have the sexy systems. You gotta have systems in your business and in your marketing and in your life in order to get to that end result. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about why systems, what kind of systems I'm talking about. It's not necessarily software, okay? That's not it. And then what you can do about it to get started if you're just starting or to implement if you're already in a business. Okay, so we're going to talk about a lot of that. And this is a mastermind, right? So my experience with mastermind, I'm in one currently. I've been in a mastermind program, a big investment mastermind, like paying down some cash, right? I mean, I pay to be in a mastermind every year, and I've done so since 2005. And different mentors that I've had throughout the years. And I fly, to LA a lot right now to join my mastermind for a couple days here and there, about 4 times a year. My clients are in my mastermind program, my Live Big Mastermind, and they come to me about 3 times a year. And we meet for 2 days and strategize on our businesses. And everybody, just kind of like you here with your talks, gets time in front of the room and we all focus on their business and what they need to do. So to me, that's what a mastermind is. A true mastermind is when we get to talk about Nick's business. We get to talk about Luana's business and tell you and get you those new big ideas, okay? So we probably can't focus on all of you individually today here, but just know that's where I come from and that's what I love to do is to mastermind. So we can get interactive here, and I'm happy to take questions, all right? So I want it to be more interactive and fun for you guys, but I also want you to, there's a few things I want to make sure I share, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So first I want to talk about why systems, why automating and delegating and systematizing. I say automate, delegate, and systematize in your business. That's a new word for you, Ed, systematize. Okay. You wrote it down. Okay, good. Systematize. And I also say calendarize. You got to calendarize and systematize in your business because if you're not blocking out certain time to work on your business, work on certain things in your business or different things in your life, calendarizing date nights and stuff. I have a date night tonight with my honey. We're going to a comedy club and sushi, right? So that's part of the love side, right? Making sure you have some love in your life as well as the money in the business. Some people I see are spending too much time in the business and the love is lacking, right? Whether you're married or not, the love's still lacking. And some people are spending way too much time over here with family and significant other or working on themselves, which is all good. But if you're trying to run a business and you're just kind of treating it like a hobby, that's not going to be helpful if you're serious about running a business, right? So we've got to spread ourselves a little bit. There is no balance in life. I don't believe there's balance, but there can be balance for each of you a little bit differently, right? I love what I do. And I mean, when people say, what are your hobbies? I'm like, speaking, giving workshops. I mean, those are hobbies to me. Like, I would love to do that kind of stuff on the weekends. You know, I hold live events, and that to me is like a hobby. When someone else would go like climb a mountain or, what's that?
5 minutes.
I got 5 minutes left?
No.
I just need the 5 minutes left, Ed. It's all good.
I'm sorry, I was just systematizing.
That's okay. I'm like, dang, I talk slow. Usually I talk pretty fast, so. Thanks for keeping me on track. Oh, where was I? Who remembers where I was?
Hobby.
Hobbies, thank you. So there's nothing wrong with a hobby business. If you want to make $1,000 a month and do that on the side as you're raising your kids, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But you still want to put systems into place to keep in touch with the database and stuff so you can actually reach more people and maybe make a little bit more money than you think you can. But I like to work with the people who are serious about building a business around something they're passionate about or something they love to do. Because you can make a business that's making money around almost anything these days. So almost anything. You'd be surprised. I get so many people that come to me and say, well, I want to start a business, but I don't know what I want to do. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you like? What do people ask you questions about? And I get inquisitive, right, with them. And all of a sudden, we're like, oh, well, you like to do this. Okay, well, you know you can make money doing it this or way. That was not a word. It's not a word, Ed. I'm not trying to say that. You can do it this way, or this way. This way would make more money. This way, not so much. But this would be really fun for you. You know, so it's really fun to help people figure out what to do in the first place. And then the people that already know what they want to do, great. Let's think bigger. Let's think, okay, now you're doing it this way. Like Nick, for example, right? He's a personal trainer. He's a personal trainer and he works at a gym, but he really wants to do it on a bigger scale. Great, let's go after the people who want extreme training. That's his passion, I happen to know. And so great, and you can do that virtually. Okay, so I told him, you know what, you can do it on Skype, you can do all kinds of things virtually. Let's think bigger instead of just your local area for helping people. Let's think how you can go global with it, right? Let's think on a different scale. So a lot of people just don't think that way, or you don't talk to people on a regular basis who think this way, right? So this is why I'm in my masterminds, to get new ideas, and then I bring them back to clients and share those, right? So, but going back to why systems are so important, it's because as an entrepreneur, sometimes we have so many ideas. Who has like more than 5 ideas almost every day in their business? Seriously, in the shower, like they just start pouring in with the water. I'm like, I need a thing in the shower where I can write on it. I need a whiteboard. I think it's on my wish list on Amazon, actually. Nobody bought it for me for Christmas last year. I'm really upset. But we can't implement every idea, right? Not every idea should be implemented, and not every idea is going to make you money. So be careful where you spend your time and efforts. We want to spend time on what I call revenue generating activities, right? And a lot of people you're doing a lot, you're busy, but you're not necessarily busy with revenue generating activities, okay? Or you're doing the blogging and the social media, and you're doing the email marketing and maybe making a few phone calls, which are revenue generating activities, but you're not really doing it in a way that's effective or producing leads or sales, right? And so sometimes we just have to learn, okay, well, I didn't realize that when I go on social media, I'm doing some of the things that are wasting time. I should be doing these things instead. We just don't know what we don't know as a business owner. You know, this is why I do a lot of workshops. This is why I also attend other courses too, because I want to learn and sharpen my saw on a lot of different things that we need to know as a business owner. We have a lot of hats we have to wear, right? We have to wear the admin hat, we have to wear the bookkeeper hat, we have to wear the trainer hat, the salesperson hat, You know, we have to, the computer guru, oh God, right? Like, oh God, for some of us, you know, thankfully I'm somewhat tech savvy, but when it comes to like computer troubleshooting, I'm like, Mac 911, 411. I mean, that's my guy's website is Mac 911. And I'm like, thank you. And he like remote accesses in and fixes stuff and, you know, on my computer. But if you don't have people or systems, then you're gonna be in chaos, right? You're gonna be in chaos, and I call it manual labor chaos. We don't like manual labor chaos, because manual labor chaos is when you get a bunch of business cards and you have to go manually enter them or follow up by email manually one by one, right? Who does that still? Anybody? You can raise your hand, it's okay, I won't pick on you. Oh, there's a couple of you.
Comfortable with email.
Well, I know, we want to email, but we don't want to email one by one, right? You don't want to take the business card and then go to the email and type it in and type a message to that person. And then go to the next business card and type a new email to the next person and have it say something different. We don't necessarily want to do that. That's manual labor chaos. It really is. Because if you have 10 business cards, first of all, you should delegate to an assistant to type them in to an Excel spreadsheet, and then you should upload that to an email marketing service, okay, that you're going to be able to email those people to. Now, I'm not really going to get into who you should add to an email list and who you shouldn't. I have a very specific rule about that. But the point is, you want them in a system so that you can pre-write the template that you're going to send to them. So you're going to say the same thing to everybody to follow up for an event. You might tweak it slightly. Thank you for, it was great to meet you at the Toastmasters event. It was great to meet you at the chamber event. It was great to meet you at the conference, right? You just change it slightly, but then all of that follow-up can actually be delegated. Do you see? So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I was sharing that follow-up process with you. But the reason we need that is so you don't have to manual labor chaos yourself to death, okay? Because that is what's going to slow you down from making more leads and making those sales conversations. The follow-up needs to get done by somebody else ideally. If you do have to do it, that's fine, but at least get it systematized so that you're spending less time doing that piece so you can do more pieces. Because what's really going on with the people that are not making enough money in their business is you're not reaching enough people and you're not marketing enough to them in enough different ways. So I like to throw out a number. It's 1,000. 1,000, write that down, 1,000 new people every month. So for those of you who want to leave your job and start a business, don't freak out. Don't freak out that you actually have to meet 1,000 new people every month in order to be successful. There are many ways to do that, okay? There's 20 different marketing strategies and lead generation strategies that I teach to do that. But if you are not if you're not making enough money, it's because you're not talking to enough people, plain and simple. Whether it's online or offline or on the phone or through email or driving them to your website, you're just not talking to enough people. So the systems allow you to reach a lot more people in a faster, more efficient way. Okay, so that's the first reason why you really, really, really want to have systems, because there's only so much you can do when you're in manual labor mode, right? There's only so many people you can meet, so many luncheons you can attend, and chicken dinners, and so many hands you can shake, and time you can follow up, along with having a life and delivering your work, right? So you do want to have those systems because of the number of people that you need to reach out to. And then it's the lifestyle. So the thing that I'm really passionate about, because of love and money, is to create the business around the kind of life you want to live. A lot of us just get into business and go. And then all of a sudden our business took up this much time because we didn't have that many clients. And then we got some clients and it took up this much time, and then it took up this much time, and then it took up this much time. And now it's taking over our life because we're so busy with all the stuff we have to do or think we have to do and our clients that then we have this little piece for fun and family, right? And self-care, right? Or vacation. So be careful with that. We want to design the business around the kind of life we want to live. I have clients that have jobs right now that want to start their own business. So great. You typically have maybe 5 hours a week, Maybe more if you're really willing to work on the weekends and you're single or something, okay? And you don't have kids in the household. But like 2 to 5 hours a week is usually typical for someone who has a job that they can invest in their business. So you don't want to say, okay, I'm going to work on my business and go on Facebook and go on Facebook and watch videos of cats, for an hour and a half, and then 30 minutes of phone calls or emails. That's not how you want to spend your 2 hours, right? So you want to have a strategic action plan for those revenue generating activities. It's really, really crucial. So you spend your time wisely, and then you block the time on your calendar, calendarizing your life. So you have time for date nights for kids after school if you got to do homework, right? Sometimes I got to pick up my 6-year-old stepdaughter from first grade from school or drive her too. So I have to be flexible around during the day as well. So the lifestyle is really important. So designing the business around the kind of life you want to live is so crucial, and that's why you want to have systems. And then the third thing is the what if. I call it the what if. Because what if you're running your business and it's going along and you have to serve the clients one-on-one, or maybe you do workshops in this capacity and this is how you make money. Either you have to sell something one-on-one, you have to be somewhere in person in order to sell something, or you have to deliver your service in a group like this, or on the phone. What happens though when dad dies and you have to go take care of mom, or financials, or funerals or whatever? That happened to me in 2007. I was only child, right? I was the only child, so dad dies. I didn't even know it for a week because I don't talk to my dad every single week, right? And I called and I'm like, he didn't even thank me for his Halloween gift that I had sent. I'm like, that's weird that he didn't call me and thank me for the Halloween gift. So I called him right shortly after Halloween. And his condo management office staff had to go knock on the door and open it up, and they found him, right? But who's there? He's single, right? He's 79. I have to fly to San Diego. I had to do it 3 times in probably 3 months to take care of his affairs. And of course his will wasn't up to date. Please don't let that happen, because then I was in probate hell, right? $23,000 later, and 6 months later, it was finally settled. But the point is, the story is that at that time in my business, I was just getting the systems started, just getting some of the systems started. I did have an assistant at the time, thank goodness, because I was able to rely on them to get some of the things done that needed to get done. My website at the time wasn't as efficient, I would say, and lead generating processes as it is today. But thank goodness I did have some lead generation processes in my system, and so the assistant could actually do the marketing and get some leads coming in, and I could do phone calls from whenever, right? Because I can work wherever with a computer and a phone. So thankfully my business is set up for like that. But what if something happens like that? We never planned for that, right? My mom's husband's right now is probably not going to make it very much longer. So I'm already in the back of my head thinking, okay, I'm going to have to go to Vegas pretty soon, probably, to help out, right? Okay, so I'm going to have to drop everything at some point and go to Vegas. But in 2013, I had 2 total hip replacement surgeries. Okay, 2, I didn't know why I had so much pain in my right side. I thought it was sciatica. I finally told the doctor at Kaiser that you have to push them. I'm sorry for the nurses. I don't know where you were, but oh, no, okay. Anyways, I said, look, you got to figure out what's wrong with me, because at age 42, I am not living with this pain forever. So he, got x-rays and found out I was bone on bone, whatever, degenerative osteoarthritis at 42. So 2 total hip replacements in 1 year. I had to sit out. I thought it was only going to be a couple weeks. I thought, well, no problem. I'll just do some work on my laptop on the recliner while I'm recovering, right? Well, that didn't happen. I was on Percocet, passed out on the recliner, okay, for 3 to 6 weeks. I was in a massive pain on that first one. The second one, not so much. But the point is, I had a lot better systems in 2013, and I had a pretty big team, so I was still making money sitting there recovering on my surgery, right? I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't plan for that to happen at 42. I think at 72 maybe, right? But not 42. So the what if factor is huge, you know? Then of course there's one last thing that happened to me in the last year. I had my live event in April of last year, and my fiance came on stage and he was on the panel of the lifestyle, how we do it, you know, and how we make it with a relationship and me as a business owner. And he gets on one knee and proposes to me on stage at my event. It was awesome. It was so fun, and we had it on video because I told him, well, however you do it, honey, you have to videotape it because I am losing my memory already at 45 and I will not remember the proposal, and I really want to remember and watch it back. So he strategically did it at my event because we knew we were videotaping. and so, but 3 weeks later, he found out he had cancer. I know, right? So, geez. I mean, one thing after another, and while this man is not leaving the planet because I finally found the man I want to spend the rest of my life with, I'd already had the starter husband, right? So this was the man that I wanted to live until I died with. and
husband.
yeah, the starter husband. Thank you. And so we went through cancer, right? He went through it, but I went through it as the caregiver. And if any of you have been a caregiver before or been in that situation, I wasn't expecting to do that at 44 or 45 either, right? So you just can never plan for the what if. If you don't set the systems up today, what's going to happen if something happens? And you have to fly away to go help somebody. If you have something wrong, or if a loved one close to you needs help, you can't spend that much time on your business. This is how passionate I am. This is why I'm so passionate about systems, because it makes your business sustain itself. I've been in over $100,000 in my business since 2008 every single year, regardless of what's happened. The economy, surgery, cancer, I've always had the same revenue. Now, it's somewhat plateaued during those years, but hey, that's a lot better than diving, right? And not making money. How many of you would not make money if you had to leave for 2 weeks and go help somebody, right? So, especially if you had a job too and you don't get paid for vacation, or you get paid for only X number of vacation, right? And then what if you have to leave? So I can't express enough how important this is, but a lot of people don't stop to really work on the business in this way and setting up the right technology, the right marketing and lead generation strategies, the right follow-up systems, the right sales processes, so people come through your website or come through you in person to the next step and the next step and the next step to the sales process till they buy, and then upselling to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing where you want them to go, right? So I really focus on that lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales processes, while having love in your life as well. Because it's so important that you don't stop doing that. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was single, before I met this wonderful man that I'm now married to, by the way, we just got married in July, and he's free of cancer, because you'll probably ask. Yes. But when I was in 2012 in January, I said, this is the year I'm gonna meet that man of my dreams. And I proclaimed it, right? I'd already gone to a couple of relationship workshops where I was learning how to be a better me to attract the better guy that I wanted, right? Because you gotta do that sometimes. Sometimes it's on you. I learned some things I was doing with men that were just not good. And so I switched things around. And so I hired a $6,000 matchmaking service. Okay, yes I did. I was all in. I'm like, I'm gonna find him this year. I was on 4 dating sites, 2 paid and 2 free. And what else did I do? Oh, well, the relationship workshops were like 10 grand. Okay, so I mean the whole thing was 10 grand. I was all in on this finding the man. I know, right? That's more than some of the coaches that I've paid for. I know. Hey, sometimes you gotta pay to play, baby. I say sometimes you gotta pay to play. But 6 months later, June 27th, I met him on eHarmony, but I have systems for online dating now, which is fabulous. I can teach women and men, some men. I have an online dating program for women over 40 though, because it's all about systems. How did I meet? You had to meet 100 guys in order to find the one. It's the numbers game. It's still a numbers game. Okay? When I was doing door-to-door sales, I had to knock on 100 doors to find my 10 sales for the day. No kidding, right? So this is sales. So like I said, 1,000 people in your business every month, new people. This is reality of online dating. So we could talk about that if you need to know about that. But just so you know, systems come into play when I found the man of my dreams, okay? Because I had profiles, I had notes, I had a way to keep them in my cell phone a certain way. I mean, I had all kinds of systems. So just saying, it can be for almost anything with your kids. All right, so this is where we want to get a little bit more interactive. So let's talk about the lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales, and your life, by the way. You know, if you need more systems in your life, you might need a better calendar system, or you might need a housekeeper or a landscaper, so you're not working so hard around the house on your days off, right? So you can actually enjoy life. It's just a thought. Who here is maybe struggling with the follow-up, or getting more leads, or their website not, you know, converting, or things like that? Anybody?
All the above.
Yeah.
All the above? Okay. So a couple things about your website. I talk a lot about technology with people, and I don't want to have some of you turn your brains off because I'm going techie on you. But the website. So does everybody here know, does anybody not know what an opt-in box is? An opt-in box. Okay, so there's at least one. So an opt-in box is, say here's your header, right? Your pretty picture and your tagline, right? And then your opt-in box typically would go over here, and it's like free report or whatever. For those of you who don't have something where you can create content, like most of you could speak about, if you can speak about something, you can write an article, which can then you can turn into a report. You can record it on audio, which can be then a free audio download, okay? And then eventually be a CD if you want. By the way, I'm giving these away for free, and they're all over there. And I have little sheets to fill out too, if you're interested. I always forget about the freebies, so I don't want to forget about the freebies. So can I take a quick moment to make sure you know how to get the freebies? Okay. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So fill these out really quick, and then you'll also be entered into a drawing, because I'm going to give away 2 workbooks from my event, which actually have lots of checklists in them for, a lot of people say this is their marketing plan. Oh, Mimi, you want one, Ed? Okay, you got to fill it out. But this has a lot of checklists and worksheets to go through for some of the marketing and stuff in your business, okay? So I'm going to give away 2 of these. And I'm going to give away one of my books, and then you all get a free CD just for dropping your stuff. So just do that before the end. But the opt-in box is what's going to collect the names and emails, okay? So the #1 goal of your website, and you might want to write this down, the #1 goal of your website is to get people on an email list. Not to have them buy something, okay? So the website should be designed for people who don't know you, okay? The people that know you or already met you, like you guys already met me, so you're going to look at my website a little differently when you go home than somebody who just found me on Google, right? Or just got referred to me by a friend, or just saw me on Facebook and then clicked over, right? Those people don't know me at all. So the thing that I want them to do first is to sign up for the free thing. Okay, the free, and this can be if you're a financial planner, if you're a real estate person, if you, I don't care what business you have, you can have an opt-in box. Okay, I have a gal who sells Avon, so that's all she does. She doesn't do coaching or anything like that. It's just Avon. So she doesn't have a shopping cart because she refers people to Avon website, but rather than using a page on Avon's website as her website, it's not really her website, it's just a page with her name on the top. We actually developed a whole website for her so she could explain why she's doing Avon, and she could talk about the charities she likes to donate to when she sells Avon, and she could talk about what kind of products are her favorite and offer specials and then link them over to Avon, right? But she has a free drawing, so she has a $50 drawing she gives away every month to a new subscriber, right, of Avon products, $50 gift certificate. So you could do all kinds of things in an opt-in box, but that's like the #1 system that you want to have, and it needs to be high up above the fold. Above the fold, excuse me. Above the fold means if this is all I can see of your website without having to scroll down on my computer, then this is above the fold. Anything that's down here, people may not scroll to see. So don't put important stuff below the fold. It has to go above the fold. So the people that do their websites nowadays like this, you see sometimes now there's the big picture screen that goes back, you know, right? This is the big picture. You probably see a lot of those these days. Mm-hmm. Not good. Not good, because who cares? If I'm new to your website, who cares about these pictures? Tell me what I need, what I'm searching for first, okay? So don't get carried away with the pictures and stuff. You can certainly have a picture here with a big bold headline, okay? And then attention getting copy. You can have pictures, you can have more pictures down here, because if they're interested in the headline or the tagline or the video that you put up here, they'll scroll down. But if you don't catch them in 1 to 3 seconds up here, they're gone. They're going back, and who else can I see, right, in their search? So this is probably one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is with their website, which means you don't want to do this yourself. You really don't want to design your own website. Unless you really know about the sales and marketing strategies and the functionality. I mean, there's certain forms you want to have. You want to have forms on your website. You want to have video. You want them to be able to see, like, and hear you, trust you, you know, connect with you on video. So if you're scared of doing video, just get over it. Practice it, keep doing it, do it anyways. I have a client right now who's a younger client. She recorded her video, I think, like 24 times or something until she showed me what it was. And I told her what to say on it too. But it took her like 24 takes or whatever. And then I have a client, Linda, in New Orleans area. And she was 72 years old. And she said, I'm not doing video. I'm all, yes, you are, Linda. You're doing video because you're rocking it at 72 in your business. And people need to see that. They need to feel your passion about hypnosis and stuff that you do. And so she's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, why? Why? She's like, because my neck's too wrinkly. And I said, grab a dang scarf and wrap it around it and do the video. Right? I know that's not why you're wearing a scarf today, Dawn. But she did that in her first video, and she's like, oh, it's not so bad. Not so bad. And now she doesn't use the scarf because now she's got confidence about it. But, you know, you just have to get, what's that thing you have to get you over that hump to do that one thing or whatever, right? That you need to do. So that's just a couple things with the website. But when they sign up, they need to be taken to a thank you page. And then they need to be auto-emailed something, right? I don't want to get too technical with you here, but that system is huge because it generates leads automatically while you sleep, any time of the day, right? That's just one system. Now, if you don't have the autoresponders hooked up and you're not telling them to do the next step and come to a call with you or buy this next thing, or you don't have the next video ready, the system's broken, right? We don't have that next step in there. You got to do more than just have that and have a thank you email. Thank you, here's your report. No, that's not enough. You gotta go the next step, all right? So that's just one idea. As far as follow-up, I already told you a little bit with having the templates, 5 minutes, okay. Having the templates ready by email, but you also need a system for direct mail, phone call, and social media connecting. So there's 4 types of follow-up.
What is it?
Email, direct mail, phone, and social media connecting. So, like a lot of times when I speak at events, people will friend me on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. And that's great. And usually I add those people that I've met because I know you. I'm close to, the Facebook has a stupid 5,000 limit. I don't know if you know that. Anybody at the limit? Yeah. So it's very annoying because there's a lot more than 5,000 fabulous people on Facebook, right? So, but you can still message people, you can still connect with them, you can still follow them, or, you know, vice versa. And you can have a business page, but I actually don't recommend the business page right now because does anybody not know what I'm talking about? The business page versus your profile.
You have to pay for posting.
Right, because if you have a business page, it used to be that everybody would see your posts, and it was even really well search engine optimized. But now they made it so, like, I have, I don't know, 1,800 people on one of my business pages, but like 6 people will see a post. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time to spend over there for 6 people to see my post. So I hang out on my personal profile mostly. Now we still auto post over there. I still like pop in and say something here and there, right? And I'll promote where I'm speaking and events I'm having over there. But I spend time in my personal profile. So if you are trying to keep people out of your personal profile because you're trying to keep personal separate from business, don't do that. Don't do that. You want to keep it the same. Like when you have your own, how many times have I said like? I just noticed that. Who's counting the likes? I just noticed that. You guys are making me more aware. Awesome, I love it. Awesome. Always trying to improve. But I hang out on my personal profile because I can connect with people more. You can message them on Facebook, right? On LinkedIn, it's a little different because if you're not a first connection, it is hard to get a message to those people, but you can get introductions. So one of my friends likes to give a suggestion as a system to look at on LinkedIn, look at your friends list on LinkedIn and see who do you know that, or who do they know, which of your friends have a group of people that you want to know? And so go find a friend, like for me it would be another business coach possibly. And so I'd be looking for other entrepreneurs that are following that business coach. Okay, so I would want to be introduced to 25 or 20 of their friends that I'm not already connected to. So I would ask that person to do an introduction for me to those people, specifically following me. No. If you're not following me, it's okay. It's okay. LinkedIn is a whole nother world. This is what I'm talking about though with marketing. If you're not constantly learning about these tools, right? You're not going to probably use them effectively. There's certain things on LinkedIn like the Pulse where you can post an article of content, okay? So if you don't know it, you're not going to utilize it and I've gotten leads and paying customers from an article that I put on the Pulse thing of LinkedIn, okay? This is just, you don't know what you don't know. And that's okay if you're not there, but let's get you to the knowing and let's get you that action checklist of things you want to do every single day, every single week in your business so that you can get more leads coming in and be qualifying them and putting them through a follow-up and sales process so that you can actually make more money in the business. Does that sound good? So I'd love to take some questions. I have a couple minutes, but there's so many things, I could talk on days. I do talk for days at my event, a 3-day event. You can talk to me afterward about it if you want to. But anybody have any specific questions or yeah? Yeah.
Do you have workshops, I guess, on your website?
Yeah.
Talking about social media and so on and so forth.
I do. Actually, for social media, I have a webinar that I did. It's $49, but it's on the website under products. And I have a few different webinars. I have some ebooks, audios, and some self-training as well. But I walk you through. The one I love about social media is I have what's called a screen share software on my computer. Have you guys ever done a screen share with anybody? So you can see what they're doing on their computer. So it's 2 hours of me on my computer showing you what to do on every single social site, including Pinterest and YouTube and Google Plus and all of them. You don't have to be on all of them. I don't want to freak you guys out. I recommend one and master that and get a good following there, get some systems in place for posting on the one. And then once you're comfortable with one, then add a second. Don't try to go on all platforms right away because you'll go crazy and you'll be in manual labor chaos, right? So we want to think about, remember why you need to do systems and more automation in your business. And then we want to think strategically around those 4 areas: lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales. How can we make it more efficient? How can you reach more people? How can you stay in touch and be more interactive, engaging, and with the people that you're already touching, right? Whether it's on social media or with your email list or people that you've met. There's a lot to do, I know. Is there anybody overwhelmed? I'm kind of overwhelmed now that I'm talking about it all. Is anybody? I know, I overwhelm myself. And then I go back to my own to-do list and I'm like, My to-do list is a little different though, because a lot of my assistants now are doing what I'm telling you to do, but you can do it yourself until you can get that assistant. But even if you can delegate maybe 1 or 2, 3 hours a week or a month, it's a start, okay? And have them do the things you're not comfortable doing, and that means stop. Time means stop, okay, good. So I'm here, I can hang out afterwards, I'm happy to answer questions. Mr. Toastmaster.